What is going on, guys? Hey, I want to come back to you. I want to do number one to wish you a happy new year. And number two, I want to say that I'm going to be putting out more videos this year. The second half of last year became very difficult for me to put out more than one or two videos a week, and I'm going to be putting out more than that as of January, the second half of January. But guys, I want to talk about what happened this morning in the French Quarter of New Orleans. There was a terrorist attack about 3 in the morning. Some man came through with an ISIS flag and mowed down people in the street with his truck. I'm going to play a couple of clips from the news, and they can fill you in on the details. Watch.
The latest we can report the name of the suspect that investigators have homed in on. His name is Shamsud Din Jabbar, 42 years old, a U.S. citizen, resident of Texas. There are previous criminal record, including theft and driving with a suspended license. So we're starting to piece together the profile of the man who carried out this attack at this time. So chilling. It does appear that this person took some time to prepare for this, prepared the vehicle. It looks like there was a flag. Investigators are saying they're investigating whether it's an ISIS flag or possibly another terror group, foreign terror group's flag.
Did this vehicle belong to the suspect?
It seems the vehicle was obtained through like a ride share app program in Texas. So it was like a rented vehicle. So that's what we know at this time.
Joining us now is someone who witnessed this horrific event firsthand, Jimmy Cothran. He has lived in New Orleans for 15 years. Jimmy, first off, I'm so sorry what you have been through. I'm sure you were still processing this. Tell us what you saw.
About 3:05, 3:10 this morning, me and my friend were heading from Lower Bourbon towards Canal. We seen up towards Crystal Burger and all that there was just a lot going on. And so we ducked off into a nightclub real quick. And within 2 minutes of walking in, 4 or 5 girls come running in, push past security, and hide under tables. Me and my friend living here, kind of knowing what's what and things that have been on the news, we didn't take any chances. We ran upstairs to the balcony area that we knew was there. And when we got up there, it wasn't anyone chasing anybody. It was just unimaginable casualty. I mean, just the disfigurement and the bodies strewn. Something you can't unsee, you'll never forget.
Man, it's 100% bullshit. 100%. I mean, again, they did not want to come out and say this was terrorism. And they did not want to say this guy was flying a ISIS flag in the back of his truck. And apparently it wasn't his truck. It was some kind of ride share or whatever. And people, they swap cars or what, rent their own vehicles out or whatever. And this guy rented the truck through that. But, yeah, I mean, nobody could say in the beginning this was a terrorist attack. I mean, again, could you guys imagine if it were a white guy with a MAGA hat on or something? They would say, you know what? That's homegrown terrorism. Homegrown. That's white supremacy. White supremacy. We can't have that here. It's hateful. We gotta get rid of the white people. We gotta get rid of MAGA. It's MAGA. See how dangerous Trump is? Yeah, we never hit the end of it. But because it was a brown person with an ISIS flag, they did not want to say, this is probably terrorism. I'm going to show you a clip here in a second. Even though this country has said through the way that we voted, we are done with DEI. We're done with it. Yeah, CNN and MSNBC, they still don't get it. They don't get it. We are done with it. But again, they're going to push whatever they can push for however long they can to get their narrative across. And I'm going to show you a clip of a black female FBI spokesperson or investigator or whatever that talking about this. And again, I don't have anything against black women per se, but again, we're seeing all this. I don't mean it the wrong way, but where are the white guys? Where are the straight white men that built this country? Again, they're trying to take us out of everything. They're trying to take us out. They're trying to replace us. If you watch on TV, they're replacing the white straight male anchor with gay male anchors, or black male anchors, or female anchors. And they're replacing law enforcement with females, with everything else. And again, I'm not saying women can be cops or whatever, but I'm saying every damn time there's some kind of crisis, well, I mean, look, watch the news. You're going to see people of color, women, some kind of mixture. Again, they're not going to have the strong, straight white male. They're not going to have them. But again, I'm going to show you this clip of this female spokesperson for the FBI. And she is up there talking about, we can't say it's terrorist. But then she comes right back shortly afterwards and says, it definitely was. Watch.
Patrick said we'll be taking over the investigative lead for this event. This is not a terrorist event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found, and we are working on confirming if it's a viable device or not. As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we're asking everyone to stay away from Bourbon Street, specifically from Canal Street to St. Anne. That is my ask. Once again, stay away from Bourbon Street, Canal Street, all the way to St. Anne until we can figure out what is going on. Our goal is to provide you additional information at the 11 a.m. press conference. We're located in the subject's vehicle. Other potential IEDs were also located in the French Quarter. As of now, 2 IEDs have been found and rendered safe. The FBI Special Agent Bomb Technicians, as well as our local law enforcement partners, have been working to determine if any of these devices are viable, and they'll work to render those devices safe. The FBI, we are working with our partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism. We're aggressively running down all of the leads to identify the possible subject's associates. We're working to ensure that there is no further threat. We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We are aggressively running down every lead, including those of his known associates. That's why we need the public's help. We are asking if anybody has any interactions with Shamsud Dim Jabbar in the last 72 hours that you contact us. The FBI is asking the public's help. We're asking anyone who has information, video, or pictures to provide it to the FBI. We have set up a digital tip line as well as our 1-800 number, 1-800-CALL-FBI. Please provide us with any information that can assist us in this investigation.
They had to take a lot. They had to take a lot to admit that this was an act of terrorism. Because again, the guy's not white. He's not white. He's not a white Christian male, straight male. No, again, they couldn't admit it. They could not admit, at least initially, the guy, this could have been terrorism. Again, we are living in a country where we hate the people that founded and built this country. We hate them. We can't stand to read about George Washington or Thomas Jefferson or John Adams. So we can't read on them because, again, they're bad. They must have been slave owners, bad people. Again, people don't understand the country. They don't know what happened. They buy into a certain narrative and they believe they know. And right now we're pushing, again, a certain demographic and females. No offense to the ladies out there, but we're pushing that. And again, nothing against women, nothing against people of color, nothing at all. It's just pushing us so hard that, again, we're forgetting about a good portion of this country and who built this country. And again, we have to understand, if you look up using Google AI, the founding fathers, they present them as black. Again, there's nothing wrong with blackness. Nothing wrong with black people. Again, not all. There's something definitely wrong with black culture. But, as far as individuals, there's nothing wrong with black people. Nothing. But, let's be real, guys. Let's be honest about things. Again, we're pushing the straight white male out so we can have DEI. Doesn't matter what the cost is. But I wanted to show you a few different clips from one news broadcast showing what I'm talking about. Watch.
I'm joined now by CNN senior justice correspondent Evan Perez, who is here with me. Evan, there's some significant new details you've been reporting out about the suspect. What do we know?
Well, we know now that, perhaps some of the explanation of why the FBI very quickly started treating this as a terrorism investigation. One of the things they found at the scene was an ISIS flag that is believed to have been with the suspect. And so, again, that's one of the key factors here in treating this as a federal terrorism investigation.
We're standing by for an update from law enforcement that had shifted from noon your time to 2 p.m. We're standing by for that. In the meantime, what more are you learning?
Yeah, so right now, here at the scene, we are just outside the French Quarter here in New Orleans. This is about as close as you can get. As you can obviously see, the state troopers here. We've also seen federal investigators, I should say, go in and out over the course of really just a few hours, but of course, since the early morning hours here, likely as well, we've seen coroner vans come in and out of this area on top of this. So it's been a very active scene to this point. But of course, the big question for a lot of these people who have been walking by, there have been many tourists here in the area as well, is not just how this could have happened, but why as well. You mentioned some of the latest reporting that we've gotten from our CNN colleagues from law enforcement sources that an ISIS flag was found in this suspect's truck. And then on top of that, at least one of those sources says explosives was found in a chest in that truck as well. So likely, at the very least, there did seem to be a plan here. This did not seem to be a spur-of-the-moment thing, and that is what we are hearing reflected from law enforcement as well. The FBI, of course, investigating this as an act of terrorism. But take a listen to what we heard from the New Orleans police earlier today.
It did involve a man driving a pickup truck down Bourbon Street at a very fast pace, and it was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could.
And Look, for those who are not familiar with New Orleans, this part of Bourbon Street, the French Quarter, is one of, if not the most popular parts of the city here, especially on a night like New Year's Eve. And of course, we know this happened just in the initial few hours of 2025. And then you get to the heart of this. There are at least 10 people that have been killed, over 30 injured, people that, again, were just enjoying the very first few hours of this year. And it's
In no way am I trying to make light of the fact that people were hurt and killed this morning. In no way. All I'm trying to say is that we have to be honest about what's happening in this country. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody. What they want is they want to push things to make it look a certain way. They want to put certain people in power to make it look like, look at us. We're a good company. We're a good agency, whatever. Look at the FBI. They got a black woman spokesperson talking about this investigation. Yeah. Again, she could be the most competent person out there. She could be. But I highly doubt it. Highly doubt that. Again, when you have DEI programs, people are going to wonder. And people wonder about this. They do. Again, even the acting police chief of New Orleans, that woman looks like somebody's meemaw, somebody's granny. Again, what is she doing out there? Is she the most competent person, the most, again, that has the most experience, the most knowledge? Again, something tells me no. But again, she's out there. Just like on CNN and the broadcast. You have a man of color, you have a white woman, you have what I think is a black gay man. Again, all the one broadcast. I'm not saying we don't need to allow things to be open for everyone to compete for jobs based on merit, not based on what you look like, not based on your race. Again, we gotta understand that's the way it needs to be. We need to have things open for all to compete on the basis of merit. Again, when you don't, that is what's called discrimination. Even if you want to put some fancy title on it, that's nothing but discrimination. And we got to start wondering as questions. Again, we've had the last 4 years of Joe Biden. And again, I'm going to reference a very old movie, Weekend at Bernie's. And again, we have to, to those that know, you have that situation. You have somebody that's kind of checked out. It's gone. And again, Joe Biden's alive, but he's gone in a lot of ways. And you have people parading him around, lying, and saying that everything is great. He's good. He's alive. He's well. He's good. Joe Biden's good. He can make decisions. He can do this. He can do that. And he can't. But the thing is, man, all of it, every single bit, is about power. And people, they don't want to let go of it. And they'll do whatever they can. They'll make it look whatever way they can make it look. With DEI, with whatever. Again, to say, look at us, we're so fair. We're so noble. We're so this, we're so that. In order to have power. In order to stay in power. But guys, man, let me know what you think down below. And please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. You son of a.